makes you laugh because you're not, it's not real.
Right.
You're not in it. So
you know,
it's really a funny show overall.
So you're relieved that you know you got a good show on your hands.
Totally relieved.
Because as an actor,
totally relieved.
You've been in situations, I'm sure, where you're like, oh man, this just didn't work out.
That's showbiz. I mean,
but how do you
know what you're going to end up with?
But how do you deal with that?
Do another show.
Keep pushing.
Just keep pushing, and as soon as you get to another show, then you could kind of leave that behind, huh?
I mean, the fact is, you can't just go, oh well, I don't care. You do feel bad.
Yeah.
And you feel bad for a while. And then I guess you can become an alcoholic. That works for some people for a few years.
Yeah. Drink away the pain.
I mean, what do? It's fucking rough.
It's
but
showbiz.
you go out on a limb when you make these things. You trust each other. You say, we're going to do something great, and you mean it. And, of course, it helps an awful lot when your writers are these guys, Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould, and the staff who came over from Breaking Bad for this show. You go in that writer's room, man, and you can just smell the brains frying of these 6 people, just all of them just concentrating all at once.
How much pressure is it?
Months at a time.
They're thinking of you, though. Like, as opposed to Breaking Bad, where, you know what I mean, you have...
Yeah, but the great thing about acting is, I mean, the job of an actor is to forget everything and be this person in the moment. Ultimately, your job is, it's kind of like an athlete, like... You can do all the prep you want. You should prep as much as you can, but you got to show up that day and do that thing.
Right.
And it's going to zig and zag, and you just have to be there in the moment. And it's kind of a Zen thing. It's kind of great after all these years of writing, man, and doing all the development I've done, which is really where I spent my time for so many years, which is taking notes from a network or whatever, writing, concentrating, rewriting, submitting. You know, it's kind of great to have a job where just clear your mind.
Right.
Here's what your guy wants today. And that's that thing about watching the show. And I got a lot of shit about this. You know, I didn't watch Breaking Bad until I was on my second season, full season of it. And Cranston at one point gave me shit. We were in a scene and I said something with the wrong emphasis. And he's like, no, that guy's not your friend. I said something. Yeah, I go, oh, yeah, okay. He goes, you don't know the show, do you? Now, the thing is, I did know, obviously. I knew enough. But it's that same theory of, like, I don't actually want to know what your character's doing when I don't see you.
Right.
I only want to know what I want from you right here in this room, right now, what I'm trying to get. And I don't want to think about some other plan or subplot or some shit that's going on with somebody else who I don't interact with.
Something that you wouldn't know in real life.
Somebody I wouldn't know, yeah.
Right, because that'll affect you being in the moment with it.
And that's the job of an actor, and it's really kind of great. It's a vacation from reality.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's really wonderful. And it has its own challenges, but that's what's great about acting. It's really nice. And when you hit something and you really play it with honesty and it feels like it resonates, it's an amazing thing. It's a great feeling.
It's a prequel, too, by the way. We should tell people. I don't know if we said it's a Breaking Bad prequel.
Yeah. I mean, I hesitate to call it that because I always think of Star Wars and how in the prequels of Star Wars, they actually are trying to do story that will matter later.
Right.
Obviously, I'm not like... At no point in this show am I teaching Walter White how to make meth, suggesting that he do that.
But there is a character named Jar Jar, which is awesome.
The worst character ever.
It's 6 years before Breaking Bad.
Right, yeah, it's not a cheesy prequel.
But it's not really, I mean, it's not
it's
like
just
happens before.
Right, exactly.
You know, the tie-in is the same writers, and they write those great, dramatic, fun roller coaster stories and moments.
Michael McKean is great in it too.
Isn't he good?
Yeah, he's really awesome. I didn't know he was in it until I watched the first episode.
Man, you guys, actors like Michael, who's been in Spinal Tap and so much, his IMDb, it's pages long, right?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like, you can't do that much. How do you do that much acting? But these guys showed up on the set and they get these scripts and they're getting a part that's got layers to it, and they dig in. They're so happy to be there. You can feel it, and it's wonderful to see. Isn't he great?
Yeah, he really is, because you don't know exactly. there's a moment between you and him, like there's something going on with Michael McKean, and there's a moment between you and him where you're telling him to do something, and then you kind of understand, oh, this is how I'm doing a terrible job. I'm just trying not to spoil
you're trying to be
anything.
careful.
I'm just saying that the acting job, the way they let you know things is very realistic, and it's through those moments between them. Right. They don't give you too much of a narrative where they tell you.
They trust the audience.
Right.
That's the thing. I mean, Vince and Peter, like quiet moments, and they just give you a little hint of what's going on, and they trust you to be curious and to have some patience, which is kind of nuts, but it works. It works in Breaking Bad. I mean, I think that I don't want to say too much about my show, but I'm proud of it, and
it's going to do very well.
It is really good.
Yes,
it's going to do well.
And I saw 3 of them, and I was annoyed I couldn't see a 4th. That's all. They gave me a link for 3. And there was no link for 4.
So how about you guys? I listen to you all the time, you know.
No.
All the fucking time.
Seriously?
I do, yeah.
That's pretty flattering.
So you knew a hug was coming when you walked in?
No, she didn't say.
I know that.
He just said, I listen to you all the time, not
no, I'm sitting
I
here
like
thinking,
what I'm hearing.
I'm
enjoying it.
answering your questions honestly and going out on these, somewhat serious riffs and thinking, I shouldn't be doing this. I should be joking around more.
No, I mean, it's all good.
Yeah.
You're part of one of the biggest shows. Culturally, that's one of the biggest shows ever. Is Breaking Bad.
It's up there.
And you're on a fucking a spinoff. Which spinoff sounds negative, but it's not negative.
It's not negative.
It's a loved character from the show. You're learning more about.
Yeah, and I'm willing to take some hits because I'm a lucky guy to be in show business. It's all right. You can talk to me about the years a bit.
But if you listen to the show, what you got to do, you just come back when you don't have anything. That's when we have the most fun.
Yeah.
We get you guys every once in a while come through I just happen to be in town, not promoting, and then we could just fuck around.
Yeah.
But we got to get the word out for the new show.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And it premieres this weekend?
2-night premiere Sunday,
it's Sunday
and
night,
Monday.
and then the next day they show the second episode, which is kind of great and important because you see how the first episode ends, and you're like, fucking kidding me?
You need more. You need more.
Can we go right now?
Yeah. Right.
It's one of those great moments.
And you'll get it on Monday.
It's annoying when you just see the names show up, and it's like there's that moment,
right?
And then just the fucking names, like
they should fuck around with that. Pop the names 10 minutes before the end of the episode.
It was like when Lost would do it. Something was about to happen, then and you're like, oh cunt! Why did that happen?
That's why we love these marathons now. That's what we do now.
I'm addicted to.
No one can wait.
10 episodes.
We say it all the time. Back in the day, The Sopranos. All of a sudden, that last episode, and you're like, wait, I have to now wait a year and a half. Seriously,
I remember that feeling.
Remember that shit?
It's the worst feeling.
We don't have to really do that anymore.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask you? Oh, it is a 1-hour show.
Yeah,
we were debating. Yeah,
1 hour
okay.
drama. Yeah,
it's awesome.
Which is 40 minutes,
43 minutes.
And it's on Sunday night at what time?
10.
10 on AMC.
So it's gonna be Sunday at 10 and Monday at 10.
Just this one.
Just this week.
No, then it's going to be always Monday.
Always Monday.
After that,
right.
always Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little confusing. It
It's
premieres this Sunday,
which is always a great way to start.
I know.
Yeah. You never want people to know when it's on. It's like just
well, they want to get on after The Walking Dead to give you a nice little pop.
Yeah, and they don't want to compete on Sunday nights after that because it's crazy. Sunday nights got Game of Thrones and stuff. I don't know.
All
what
that's
else.
coming back.
What
Yeah.
else? There's so much stuff.
Mondays are better. I don't know when Game of Thrones. That's a big one.
There's no TV on Monday nights. I don't know if anyone noticed. There's nothing.
Well,
on.
Love and
It
Hip
shuts
Hop.
down at
Love and
5
Hip Hop
p.m.
is on VH1.
All right, Love and Hip Hop.
That's about it.
And a little Monday Night Football.
How is that?
That's
show?
over.
Are you enjoying it? Is it
I'm
good?
enjoying it. It's a good watch.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
not really. It's awful.
really.
It's
horrendous.
junk TV.
It's just junky.
Just junky.
It's just junky.
Yeah.
And you have a while before Game of Thrones. What's that, like April? That's not yet.
Yeah, you got time.
You'll be up and running by then.
You'll be fine, Bob.
This is a big show, man. You coming on the week after the Super Bowl?
You're good.
Well, I'm fine.
This is good for
because-
big TV.
Can AMC can you get it on demand too, or on Netflix, or how do they work AMC to watch it in reruns?
No idea.
Okay.
Is the
Watch
answer.
it on AMC on demand, you mean?
Is there an on demand?
It'll be on demand,
Sure,
probably.
it's on
Because
demand.
everything is fairly accessible.
Yeah.
So if you missed it because you watched Game of Thrones, just go back and
You can
get
also
it.
fly to Europe where it'll be on Netflix later in the week.
That's the most
this
practical.
This is the first show that's going to play here, and then the same episode will play around the world within the week.
Wow.
On Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Oh, that's awesome. But not American Netflix.
No, in America, But just so you don't feel bad, they're only going to show the one episode at a time. So it's not like they're going to have the whole season
series.
over there.
Gotcha.
It's just going to be like you, only they have to wait 3 days so
Right.
that they can dub me into whatever language.
And it's the first show to do this?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But that's because Breaking Bad was
So
huge
big.
everywhere. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
You got a lot of stuff to sign outside the studio.
All right, man.
Yeah.
I can do it.
You rock.
There's dolls and stuff.
Yeah, I just figures.
I know. I
He has
call
a
them
couple
dolls.
of Saul figures.
Oh, that's right.
I call them dolls.
Yeah.
So he can't wait for you to sign his stuff.
Yeah, he's in here for that.
Not a problem.
That hat is really bothering everyone.
Yes.
What is the hat?
It's
Oh, yeah.
just the way it sits on his head is enraging.
Little Simpsons action.
My brother's a writer, a director at The Simpsons now.
Wow.
He's written there for... Yeah, Bill. Yeah.
See, he knows everything about The Simpsons. That's probably his
Very
number one.
funny guy.
How long has he been there?
12 years.
Oh, like, okay, so
that.
He's been there for a while.
Maybe more. He got his doctorate in chemistry from the University of Chicago. And the next day, flew to L.A. and wrote for Mr. Show and never did any more chemistry.
No kidding.
How did that happen? Like, how? Like, what,
That's a good question.
like, I'm doing comedy
Well, he was
25 years. I can't submit a
He
joke
was
to
such
Fallon.
a funny guy. He worked every day at getting a doctorate in chemistry from University of Chicago. So goddamned hard. Took 7 years, but when he'd have any kind of time off, he'd come visit me in New York, and I was writing at Saturday Night Live, and he'd spend 2 days and leave, and people would be like, "He's so funny. Jesus, is he going to write comedy?" I mean, Conan and Smigel, all my buddies,
Right.
they, with just a few interactions with this guy, were like, "He's so great," and he's just really a great joke writer and such a funny guy. And so, hiring him at, he helped me write some stuff at the Ben Stiller show, which was an episode we won the Emmy for. I wrote 3 of the scenes on that episode, and one of them he wrote with me. It was his idea. He wrote with me. It's his idea. 3 Men and an Old Man. You ever see that?
I remember that, yes. That was his.
And he was, doing chemistry in Chicago. But so he came out and wrote and did great on Mr. Show. And then after that, he just made his own career. He had his material.
But I got to ask you, when you guys were growing up, why did he pick chemistry? That is so different than...
I asked him once, I said, "Why did you finish? You hated it after
Right.
2
Right.
years."
He could have been just having a good time in college and fooling
He
around.
could have had so much fun.
So much fun. Why, though? He just was into
Why
chemistry.
do people do shit to torture themselves?
But
Maybe he needed it.
but
He
that
needed
is-
that
No, there's a reason. There's
But
a reason.
that's so
Why?
drastic,
No, there's
though.
a reason.
There
Because
is
my
a-
dad was a fuck up.
Your dad was a fuck up?
So therefore, I'm going to show everybody that I'm not a fuck up.
There's the
And
answer.
I'm not going to quit. And I'm not going to. You
It's
know
like
what I
the
mean?
book Things Fall Apart.
It's like,
You try so much not to be like your father, you end up like him.
that's right.
How is he a fuck up?
It's a good book.
Oh, he just fucking.
Drinker?
He liked the booze.
Yeah.
I used to, he was a funny guy.
I'm your father.
But he did, I just, everything went to shit, everything, every business, everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
just kind of getting things started and
Yeah,
kind of...
just shit, yes. Yeah, he was a smart guy, could have done perfectly well if he just showed up every day. Just show up every day.
Did he ever stop,
Right?
or did he kind of drink to the end?
No.
I'm assuming he's dead.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's the answer, though, because that is
Wow.
such two different, extremely different worlds.
Right.
Yeah.
He went into chemistry because he didn't want to be a fuck up.
Yeah, and he stuck with it when he hated it. When he was like, yeah, this is probably not what I'm going to do. I'm going
Right.
to finish it still. I got 5 more years of this.
Right. Because when you're coming up, if you're getting into comedy or radio, these type of professions, you're looked at as a fuck up. Like, why aren't you going to school and doing something real?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, do something substantial.
Substantial.
Yeah.
You'll never be on the radio. You'll never be
Yeah,
on
right.
a
Right.
stage. What are you
Right.
doing? Why are you wasting
back.
time?
Yeah.
I get
I'm
it.
actually writing a book about my life. It's called Dreams Do Come True. And I underline the do.
Roland's panicking. Bob, you got to come back for a longer visit.
Oh, thanks for having me, and thanks for letting me get all serious on you.
No, I love
no
it, man. The
worries.
show is honestly great. It's a tremendous
so
job,
much, buddy. Thank
and
you.
it's called Better Call Saul. The 2-night premiere is this Sunday and Monday, 10 o'clock on AMC, and they're just jump-starting you on Sunday, I think after Walking Dead. And if you like Breaking Bad, the writing is in the show. It's brilliant. And from the first the end of the first episode was enraging because it ended. So 2 nights in a row is really great.
Beautiful. And then it'll be Mondays at 10 o'clock as you go forward from there. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Great job.
All right. He's got to run.
Care, man.
Yeah,
Bob literally has to run.
We'll be back with more of the best of Opie and Jim Norton. We are back. With more. Best of Opie and Jim Norton.
Gwyneth Paltrow steams her vagina, people.
Good for her.
Oh, good.
She's a weirdo, right? She says a lot of weird shit, doesn't she, Sam?
Yeah, she's into some shit.
What does the steaming of the vagina do?
Well,
Wouldn't that hurt?
she's saying you sit on what is essentially a mini throne, and a combination of infrared and mugwort steam cleanses your uterus et al. It is an energetic release, not just a steam douche that balances female hormone levels. If you're in LA, you have to do it.
Starting to understand why Chris Martin left her.
You know what I say?
Or did she leave him?
I don't know. I mean, she had a nice steamed out vagina.
It's like this, honey. Don't fucking tell us. Show us. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Let's get the fucking video.
I don't completely understand. Can you send out a video? Leaves of the mugwort plant are boiled and steamed with flower buds, then applied to a specific area of the body.
Well, when did
That would
everyone
be the
start hating
pussy.
her? What did she do that
For
made people hate?
detoxification. I don't know. She's always been kind of
She named the kid Apple.
Is that what did it?
That
Is
started it, and then she
Yeah.
was telling
I think Sam's
moms.
got the answer.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
named the kid Apple.
You're
and
like, what
everybody-
kind of asshole names their kid
Yeah.
Apple? And then you start taking a deeper look at the person.
Because she was like the it girl for a little while in the 90s, right?
Yeah, but then she hasn't done anything. She hasn't done Shakespeare in Love in a while.
But you know what happened was, as soon as she started writing these blogs and talking about how moms should raise their little
Right.
kids,
Right.
That's
all
true.
healthy and all that shit, that's when all of the women turned on her.
She picked up the Martha Stewart heat.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a site. Why don't we go there? The site lists so-called benefits, including protecting the uterus from ulcers and tumors if you steam it down, I guess.
It's only like $50 a pop to do
Right.
this, too.
Stimulating the production of milk and correcting digestive disorders, all from steaming your vagina?
Can you do it to your asshole?
Let's get Dr. Steve on the phone, because it says some
He's-
doctors are giving the V-stream a big fat F.
Dr. Steve is steaming his cock and balls right now as we speak. Can't take your call.
It's one of the 5 things you definitely should not be doing to your vagina, a lot of health professionals are saying.
There's 5 things.
Yeah, well, I want to know all 5 now. I think if you go to health.com, we might be able to see more on this. There is zero medical evidence to support the need for or benefits of vaginal steaming.
Oh, there it is. 5 things you definitely should not be doing to your vagina.
Nice. The vagina is self-cleaning. We all know that. So why is she steaming the shit out of it?
They're not all self-cleaning.
I think they are.
They're not at
I
all.
don't think so.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I've ran into a bunch
that function malfunctions sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some have a broken pipe.
that need to be steamed.
That's funny. What are the top 5 things you should not do to your vagina?
You shouldn't try to put the baby back in there.
Right.
Turn it into a penis. I bet you that's number 1. Turn it into a penis.
Steaming it is where we start. Just talked about that.
What, they turn it into a penis?
I like that you think number one answer. Like suddenly it's the feud.
Number 1 on the
Yeah.
number 1 answer on the board.
We talked to 100 men. What should you not go to your penis?
Steve Harvey, though, would have a hell of a time with this question. Like, just
Yeah.
putting his card up in the
Oh damn!
Oh,
son.
damn. She didn't say that, did she?
Shit!
They really... Wow, that show got very black.
Well, I have to find all game show hosts are black now.
Right.
We've given it up. It's like the old mall.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, Steve Harvey, if you ever watch that show, is that he'll ask a leading question and then be shocked at the
When they
answer.
say penis,
Yeah.
right.
So it'll be like, what is something long and hard that a mint will stick in the lady's mouth and jizz from? And then she'll be like, his penis. Oh, shit! Oh!
And then he does that walk.
Oh!
Right.
Well, they're just in the viral video making business now. They're not making a TV show anymore.
And what, the answer's toothbrush or something? Or
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
dumb
that's-
thing,
that's-
right? You're right. You're absolutely right.
But they go out of their way to say,
Of
you
course.
know,
Could you find one of those Steve Harvey moments?
Yes.
Now I know we're all over the place, but I know there's a whole bunch of them. And then we'll go back to the top 5 things you don't do with your vagina.
But there's something going on inside of a girl's body if it smells down there. There's some kind of funky shit that you need to get out. So if that steam is going to warm it up and bring that fucking whatever's going on down there, I don't see any problem.
Bring the
with it.
goodness back.
you're with her 100%.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do.
Whatever you got to do.
Whatever you got to do. Hang a fucking air freshener there if you need to.
right.
No one's telling you.
Opie, I'm sure you've ran into a couple smelly ones over the years.
I have a legendary story. One of my first girlfriends had that disease where it stunk to high heaven.
What'd you
high
do?
hell, whatever the fuck. I tell the story where, I finger popped her right before Thanksgiving break, and then I jumped in my Honda Accord, and my fingers smelled so bad after a shower that I had my hand out the window for most of the trip back to Long Island from Geneseo.
Now, were you with her after that? Did you
Yeah,
go
because
back?
I was so new to. I was a late bloomer. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 18. I swear to you, there was a time I thought just all vaginas smelled that bad. Had no idea.
And even when you would have sex with her, it was
It
the
was
whole room.
brutal.
Yeah.
It was fucking brutal. It was my first one. You would think you would get a few in that were like normal and then maybe find a bad one. Kind of like when you're eating some clams and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck. I think the rest of them are all right, though. You always just spit that one out and hope that it was just, a rarity. You had a few?
Oh, yeah.
That was the only one I ever had, by the way.
There
You
was
always
one-
get something a little funky every once in a while, but nothing to that extent. It was brutal, and it would stay on my fingers or whatever else I was using, obviously.
There was one, this chick I used to go over her house for nooners, I would call them, middle of the afternoon. Yeah, get a nooner in. It was beautiful. It starts the day off right. I'm playing with house money the rest of the day.
I like that you don't mind a cute nickname for that.
Yeah, that's
Everything
fine.
else,
That's acceptable.
fine.
A nooner is acceptable.
I get
Some
it.
chick come over around lunchtime, and she had a couple kids, and I remember her box felt so bad that I remember her kids, they usually were sleeping at that time, so I'd come over when they were napping, and they were up one time, and we went into her bedroom, and they were pounding on the door. They were pushing the door, fucking trying to break it open. I had my foot against the door, banging her from behind, and her box smelled so bad I had my shirt over my nose like I was a bank robber. As the kids were pounding, Mommy, let us in. My shirt over, and still fucking closed the deal.
That's the attraction of the pussy, though. You got to go.
This should be the PSA. This point goes to
Absolutely, I'll do it. I'll fucking put my shirt on my nose like this. I look like fucking Jesse James robbing a bank from 1912.
In my case, I mean, she was a very clean person. It was what is it called? It's that thing the women get.
Cunny rot. It's street
I forgot the name.
Yeah.
People throw it around all the time because they all know what I'm talking about. But it has nothing to do with keeping it all clean and showered and
it's
scrubbed
halitosis
up.
of the pussy. There's not a lot you can do about it.
5 things you definitely should not be doing to your vagina. Steaming it. Why shouldn't they steam it? Bottom line, you'll likely feel much more energized and balanced by opting for a relaxing full body massage instead of steaming your vagina.
Well, the steam can increase moisture in and around your nether regions.
Nice.
Making you more susceptible to the growth of yeast and unfriendly bacteria.
All right.
Bullshit.
You don't
Look,
believe it?
this is new age stuff, so any regular doctor is not going to be onto it for another 10 years. They're going to deny, and all of a sudden, you know what? This is good.
Wow, I didn't know you're not allowed to sunbathe it. People
course not.
sunbathe their vaginas?
That's
The
right.
lips turn brown
Yeah, well, I don't think women want brown pussy lips.
because they will burn in
they're-
the sun.
Right. Yeah,
Girls usually, when they go to a nude beach, they'll put like a little patch over the lips.
Is that right?
Yeah, so they don't turn brown.
the skin's very sensitive. It'll burn quickly.
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying?
Melanoma is the risk. It's
Ah.
not worth the vitamin D.
God.
Skin cancer of the vagina.
I don't think girls want to tan their vaginas in general.
This is
They're already kind of discolored on their own.
Well, steam it out. Steam it like these curtains.
It's,
They want to. All right, so we kind of know they shouldn't be sunbathing it.
inserting sticky edibles into it.
Like what?
Jolly Ranchers, I guess.
Why? What happens with this?
Cheeseburgers. You don't want to put a cheeseburger in there, girls.
What? Whipped cream and such, or?
Well, it says you don't want to insert anything edible into your vagina that you can't easily remove. If it stays there, it can upset the balance of good bacteria and acids in your vagina, which will set you up for infection.
When I was young, we tried the champagne trick, and this chick that I was with, it was a burner like you threw fucking acid on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like she started fucking screaming because of the champagne.
Wow.
Wait, what was the champagne
Just
trick?
pouring fucking champagne on her, licking it off, just fucking, mad partying. And she was a very sensitive person, and it fucking burnt her.
Yeah, but you didn't know she had herpes sores down there?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, the fucking point is work through the pain.
She should have told you.
Because we're all fucking gacked up and we gotta finish this. Then maybe I'll drop you off at the hospital.
She should have said, I got some open wounds down there.
She didn't know.
Wow,
she was very fucking sensitive.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Douching it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to douche.
Really?
You see, douching upsets the natural balance of your vagina.
I like to do a campaign that said douches for douches. You know what I mean?
That's
just
cool.
fucking,
Nice.
yeah, just make it look like you're a douche.
Right.
If you douche.
It'll take the coolness out of douching.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be piercing it. Why?
No, of course not.
I was never a fan of the vagina.
I agree with you 100%.
Never a fan of that.
Yeah. You could.
I hate when they pierce their nipples. Like, what are you fucking doing?
What are you, fisherman? You fucking tackle box? It's fucking terrible.
I don't know. And I hate when there's tattoos on their breasts.
See, that's the thing. That's generational.
It is, right?
Because I agree with you.
Yeah. One good thing, if a chick says she's got her piercings down there, you know you're getting in her pants by the second date. She's fucking.
Right.
Second hour.
Yeah, she ain't playing around. She ain't making you wait a month, 3-4 dates. You're like, good, this chick's a fucking whore, and I'm in quick.
But see, the reason why I hate when a woman has that there is because, I got that hook in the end of my dick, and I don't want them both sticking together. You ever see those guys that'll fucking stick stuff in their cock?
Well, the Prince Alberts and
They're
stuff.
crazy to do it.
I don't know how you sit through that.
That's fucking insane.
I don't know how you
Why do you
that.
want it there?
How fucking painful is that, too?
And then you got to fucking sit down to piss because you're like a fucking sprinkler. You go in to piss and it's fucking going all around the room.
I don't get it. Is that it with the piercings? They're basically saying it can get infected.
it's bad for hygiene. A lot of it's not regulated, and it can cause irritation. Plus,
Right.
it hurts like a motherfucker.
One of our favorite people on the line, Dr. Steve. How are you, sir?
Hello.
We got Gwyneth Paltrow steaming her vagina.
Yeah, it's less dangerous than douching. There's no question about that because it all stays external. The way they do this, I don't know if they talk to you about that, but they kind of wear a tent and then squat over a steaming pot. And all of the steam kind of stays on the outside. So, yeah, it might increase a little blood flow. It's no different than facial steaming. It's just you're doing it in your nether regions. And
I guess people with money are just getting bored.
Yeah.
There's no way this shit actually works on
well,
any
it might
level.
make you feel better. I mean, those spa treatments, they all make you feel better because they play the spa music and it's quiet and, you're just sort of sitting over this pot with this warm steam just wafting over your genitals. It probably feels good.
Yeah.
As far as any medical benefit in doing anything, and there's certainly no scientific evidence of it. Douching, however, is pretty fucking bad for you.
Then why don't they get rid of those commercials on TV?
Well, I mean, if you do it every once in a while, it's no big deal, but it does decrease. It changes the vaginal flora, the bacteria that live in the vagina, and it's actually been associated with some serious gynecologic outcomes, including cervical cancer. Now, these are associations; they're not causes, and pelvic inflammatory disease. So it may be, these studies could be biased in that the women that have pelvic inflammatory disease have vaginal pain, so they're douching more. So, but there is an association between these things. So,
why did that girl not take the champagne well back in the day with Ron Bennington?
Remind me. I don't.
You're on hold.
It's like it kind of burned her vagina a little bit having champagne there.
Oh yeah. Well, we did the same thing. We did a vodka tampon on my show just to prove that you can't get drunk that way. And that woman.
Is that why you did it?
She had
Look at this. Love that the doctor is a fucking creep, just like anyone else.
she had a burning vagina for about a month. So it
Wow.
It irritates the mucous membrane in there, and it changes all the bacteria that are in there. You know, the proof that God has a sense of humor is that the same bacteria that makes a nice, healthy vagina is also the same bacteria that makes yogurt.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, lactobacillus.
So what we're learning today is at your Super Bowl party, no alcohol in the vaginas, ladies.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Drink it.
What about paint thinner? Yes or no to that?
That would be a no as well.
Okay.
Oh, and what's the medical term for the smelly vagina?
Usually vaginosis. Now,
Vaginosis, that's right.
That's the name of my band. We're going to be.
It's a great band. Your friend that had the horribly stinky vagina may have had a vaginal foreign body. The ones that I've smelled that smell the worst are in women. Now, this is a practice down south. I don't know
Or
if
dead.
but women will have intercourse with a tampon in. And like if they're having their period and they want to have intercourse, and the guy will just sort of shove it up in and then have his way with her. And if she forgets to take it out, 2 weeks later you can't be in the same room with her. And that may have been what was going on with you. You never know. That's usually the cause of the horribly stinky vagina.
What about, Steve? What about like a condom? You lose a condom inside of her. Could that be a problem a couple weeks later, too?
Yeah, less of a problem because it's not going to absorb a lot of fluid onto its surface that becomes a culture medium for bacteria. But, yeah, those can be a problem down the road. I've done that by accident before.
So the vagina is like a gremlin. You don't want to get it wet ever, right?
Yeah, no, wet is good. What you don't want is...
You don't want to feed it after midnight,
You don't want to feed it. Exactly.
Okay, right. All right.
You don't want bad bacteria just going crazy in there.
Yeah. I don't know. This goes way back. She was very young. I mean, I don't know if she didn't have a tampon stuck in there. It was throughout our whole relationship. It was bad.
Yeah.
There were moments where it wasn't as bad.
There is this thing called bacterial vaginosis where you get bad bacteria that sort of take over from the lactobacillus. And you can treat that with an antibiotic called metronidazole, but you can also use yogurt douches. This is one time when a douche is beneficial, is you take a tablespoon of plain yogurt, put it in a little warm water, and douche with that, and it'll replenish the good bacteria in the vagina. So there you go.
Wow. Oh, we got a women's perspective on smelly vaginas.
Nice.
Put her on.
Yeah, I bet you want her on. Hold on a minute. Steph in North Carolina, go ahead.
Yeah, I actually learned this the hard way. If a woman wears underwear that doesn't let her vagina breathe, like silk or satin, then that can also make her vagina smell really bad.
Pantyhose,
like,
too?
Your vagina has to breathe.
Pantyhose?
Get air. Say again?
Pantyhose?
Pantyhose, I don't know. I've never really worn pantyhose.
Nice.
Good feeling.
Yeah.
Shoes. You ever had that one?
If a woman doesn't let her vagina breathe, it's going to get bad.
I think we found the PSA for the Super Bowl.
There you go.
This would do a lot more good.
Let your vagina breathe.
Well, no, I mean, just, let's talk about smelly vaginas during the Super Bowl. That would help out a lot more people in the end.
I agree.
Right?
Well, how about this? How about women just not try to wear, like, a jersey pair of underwear for the Super Bowl and try to, wear some, cotton underwear?
That will help.
No?
Why? If you wore, tight underwear where there was a problem and you realized I can't do this?
Pretty much.
What are you wearing now?
Good, very good
Well,
question.
right now, actually, I'm wearing a pair of the Victoria's Secret cotton underwear. That's why I try to stick to. Only when I'm trying to look sexy for my husband do I actually put on a pair of thongs, silky thongs. You know what I mean? And that's on for 2 minutes. So.
Yeah.
I could listen to this all day.
I like the way she thinks.
Yes. All right, Steph.
Really good.
Steph, you're a good sport.
Absolutely.
Still dressing up for a husband.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, there goes Steph. All
Gotta
right.
get that front tooth fixed, though. That's the only bad.
I like Steph.
Steph, do you ever order a pizza around your husband?
Could you bring me a pizza in a cop car, maybe 2?
What about the 911 operator? How many fucking clues do you need?
Right.
That it's not a wrong number. That she's trying to get some help.
This is not a pizza place.
Oh my God, where are they getting these 911 operators?
I just want you to know when you bring the pizza, he's heavily armed. This place looks like Waco.
Yeah.
I think they do get a lot of drunk pranksters ordering pizzas and shit, though, so that probably threw him off.
Does he say, I hope it's 30 minutes or less, the chick? Please get here before 30 minutes.
After that commercial runs, I'm saying it now, on Monday there's going to be a story.
Oh, yeah.
A whole fucking bunch of fucking people drunk calling 911 ordering pizzas.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. It's going to be in the paper Monday.
Without a doubt.
They fucked it up.
I might even do it.
911 is going to be pissed off
I'm
by Monday.
going to hit *67 911.
Exactly.
And order a pizza.
It's pretty easy to do that nowadays.
Absolutely.
Let me put my brother on with you.
Especially
I'm going to find a phone booth. I don't know where the one is.
Yeah.
Maybe at Newark Airport, there's a fucking phone booth. I'm going in and I'm doing it.
Even easier. There's going to be one person at your Super Bowl party charging their phone. you're just going to go and make a quick 911 call. Rich Voss is on the line. My God. Richie, what's up, buddy?
How's it going? It's weird that you're talking about smelly pussies. One time, I picked up this girl, years ago, and I swear to God, I was trying to go down on her, and I was dry heaving on the side of the bed. I swear to God, I had to go down on her to satisfy her, because I'm not going to satisfy her any other way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, puke. It was like a Bobby Kelly dry heave. But it was brutal. So, I'm coming from a live remote from a radio show in Baltimore in a bar.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than doing a bar live remote radio show.
Well, I'm sure it was, getting everyone pumped for the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I don't care, but I'm trying to get them into my gum show at Magoobies, and they're doing this Super Bowl. And listen, they're so pumped eating their free eggs and their horrible bacon.
I love I love that you have to go out there and do other radio shows just to appreciate what you got here in New York City. I'm
telling you, that's why I love doing our radio show. Yeah, I do. There is a big. I mean, these guys aren't that bad. I mean, there's 5 good radio shows in the country. You guys are number one, and there's some other ones. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, look at that, Rich. Magoobies this weekend.
Yeah, so I just called to say hi and talk about throwing up, on the side. Did you get my picture I tweeted you about the weight I was lifting in the gym that day?
Hey, Rich, how long did you stay down there once you knew it was bad? Like, did you put some time in?
I did. Every time I would go in for like 15 or 30 seconds and then start dry heaving again on the side. But she was kind of drunk, so she didn't know that I was like fucking almost puking.
Dude,
I don't.
Yeah.
This was 30 years ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago. When it's horrible. Like I couldn't imagine balls smelling that bad.
I would assume our balls get pretty bad, but
because you know what the difference is. Balls have outside air to help with it.
Right.
A snapper is indoors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
a snapper. We used to say snapper when we were 12. I haven't heard snapper in a long time.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Snapper.
That's funny.
Anyhow, you guys are shining great all day. Ron, how you doing? Everything is good. And what are you doing for the Super Bowl, Pete?
You guys come over. I think we're going to. I wanted to go to Philly and maybe suck it up and drive home after the Super Bowls to do the show Monday. But now they're talking about snow and shit, so I think I got to hang low. Probably have a few people over if you want to come by.
I know we're invited to Vinny's house, and which I don't know what we're doing, but I got to fly out Monday morning to Vegas. If I get snowed in. I'm going to lose my mind. I have to get out of this cold weather.
We probably could have this phone call after the show.
Just
saying. I'm just saying.
We
pick up anything before I come over?
Right. I'm just saying. We might be able to do this call after the show.
you can't do this call after the show because you don't pick up your phone.
Wow.
And I called to talk about smelly fucking pussy.
No.
And to see if Florentine was going over to Vinny's too, because to tell you the truth,
Vinny Brand.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
No.
Nah, I'm gonna have some family over and a couple of friends and shit like that at my house. So
Yeah.
All right. Listen, guys, have a good weekend. Ron, it's always a pleasure knowing you're there, even though we didn't talk.
All right, buddy.
All right, bye.
Rich Voss, McGoobies in Baltimore this weekend. Dr. Steve, we got more smelly vagina stories. I don't know. Should we do this?
Yeah, let's go. And Rich is right, by the way. It's a lot harder to retain a foreign body in your scrotum for 2 weeks than it is in a vagina. So that would be the reason why our balls don't smell as bad.
I had a rough start, though, man. Like I said, the first real girlfriend had the real bad smelly vagina, and then it's the age of all that fucking hair. That didn't help matters.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed
Going down on that.
that Voss knows the same amount as a guy who's a doctor. I think that's the...
There you go.
You both have the same exact theory. When you're sick, you could go to Voss.
We got Robin calling from Seattle. Go Patriots. Yes. What's up, Robin?
What? No, not go Patriots. So I want to know, Dr. Steve, my husband says sometimes when I eat onions that he can taste it or smell it in my vagina. Is that a true thing?
Yeah, that's interesting. I've heard that one before. And there are, these things called volatile or aromatic oils in onions. And, that's why you can smell them on your breath for a while later. And some people swear if you eat them constantly or eat garlic constantly that you can smell it coming out of your skin. I've heard it so many times that there may be something to it. In theory, if they're, since those oils are absorbed into your digestive tract and then into your bloodstream, that it could go to every part of your body. It's not impossible that he could tell some sort of difference. I don't think it's actually onion smell, but he may be able to tell some difference because of the food that you ate.
And is it true that it makes the vagina cry? Or is it just the guy crying because of the smell?
But
I would, I think that, yeah, definitely.
Hey, Robin, you know what else that he could smell in your vagina? Your lies. Your fucking lies.
Maybe. That could be it. Okay.
You get Ronnie B for 2 days, he goes dark. I don't even want a third day with you.
You know, have you heard this story about how much weed that they're giving out in Seattle, too? They're calling these things the 12th pack, and they've rolled up 12,000 joints that they're handing out because they've got, medical marijuana there. They're going fucking crazy.
They love their
right now.
They love their
weed.
pot.
I know lots of people that have quote unquote medical marijuana as well.
I don't think I want to smoke weed for the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to be in the fucking moment.
Absolutely.
This isn't Pink Floyd.
Afterwards.
You know what I mean?
Afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards, sure. But right now, let's lock in. Let's figure out everything.
Sure.
Hey, Robin, are you going to stop eating onions now?
Definitely.
You know what? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do it when you have your period for those 5 days? Eat them then. Because you guys aren't fucking then anyway.
Well, I don't even think about it, honestly. And then he told me that. I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't do that.
Well, you should tell him how bad his balls smell or something. Get him back.
Well, see, that happens when weed comes into the mix.
Weed makes his balls smell?
No, that makes the other stuff smell. Like, at least from my experience.
His cum?
Yes. Not necessarily just him. That's happened. I mean, other men too in the world.
I'm sure you've eaten a lot of skunk cum in your life.
Fact or not, but
look at Dr. Steve.
Yeah, see,
he's got an answer to this too.
Yeah,
there's another one.
We get this one, and also we'll have people say that eating pineapple will improve the taste of semen. And it makes sense. It's a body fluid, and, these molecules that you ingest, some of them go to all the parts of your body, so it makes sense. The problem with it is we can't study it. Why can't we study it? Because there's no money in it. There's no one is spending $1 on research to see if marijuana makes someone's semen taste bad. And that's the problem. So we'll really never know. All we'll ever have are these anecdotal, types of evidence where people say...
This is what keeps you up at night, Dr. Steve? They don't have funding for this?
This is what his show sounds like. If you ever listen to Steve's show.
He gets so mad.
Maybe we need to run a...
Do we really need a study on this?
Start a crowdfunding thing, Steve.
I mean, if you want to know
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, whatever the fuck that is, yeah.
The way that you would study this, if you were going to do it, is you give 100 people a placebo of some marijuana extract, and 100 people, I'm sorry, not a placebo, you give them the active marijuana extract, and another 100 people a placebo, and then you would have people taste their semen to see if there's a difference. If there's a statistically significant difference between the two, then you can make this claim scientifically. That we will never have that study.
Well, let's find out. Sam, do you taste any different in that? Is there anything?
Yeah.
Not especially.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I got
gay
it.
joke.
Nice.
Right.
Yes. Gay joke.
Yesterday was transgender.
I like how you made it subtle, though.
Yeah.
I like the subtlety of it.
Yeah.
All right, Robin. Go Patriots and
No, go
what?
Seattle. Go Hawks. Bye.
All right, later. Dr. Steve, I have to do one more because, I mean, our brand new phone screener says there's an amazing smelly pussy story on the line.
Okay, let's go.
All right, amazing in capital letters. So here we go. Jared on Long Island.
Oh, that's shocking.
Hey guys, how you doing, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Jared.
Hey. So when I was 19, and that's a long time ago, I lived with two guys in a house pretty much on the beach next to a great bar on Long Island, and we always had women coming in and out every night on the weekends. So one Saturday night, I come home, probably 1:30 in the morning, and there's this smoking hot chick sitting in my living room by herself, just watching TV. So I say hi, and she says hi, and I'm like, what are you doing here? And she says, oh, I'm just waiting for Mitchell to come out of his room. He's been in there a long time. So I go to my roommate's room, and I say, what's with the hot chick in the living room? He goes, dude, she completely failed the sniff test. And I'm like, what sniff test?
So
He goes,
she's,
I dipped
so
the
she's
finger
sitting in there
and
in shame?
It's rancid. And
She's
I'm
in
like,
timeout.
What are you gonna do with her?
All right, Jared. Thank you so much for your story. All right, buddy.
You want to know the most horrific, before I go, the most horrific cause of vaginal odor?
No.
You got to go old.
Ronnie says no. Okay.
You got to go old condom. Can we guess? Can we do like a little game show here?
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
I'm going to go old condom.
Okay.
I'll just say Puerto Ricans. We talked to 100 mints.
We always got the Raiders.
Yeah, just go back.
Florentine?
I don't know. You know, there's probably some toxic shit going on their body that needs to be expunged.
I think it's something stuck in there. Oh. Can I change my answer?
Yep.
I'm going to go whipped cream.
Oh.
Going to go whipped cream.
Yeah, old whipped cream, that would be pretty awful, but that's not the answer, Hope.
All right, what is it?
Google rectovaginal fistula. This is an abnormal opening between the rectum and the vagina that allows feces to leak into the
See, that's
really?
more I wanted to, that's more than I ever wanted to know.
I got a brilliant man doing radio with me today, and now I have to look this up in front of him. You're
Leakage.
embarrassing
You don't
me.
have to.
You're
Leakage.
embarrassing me.
It's everything as awful as you can imagine, so you don't have
Wait, so what is it? It's
How many does women out of 100 does that happen
The
to?
ass is leaking into the pussy, is what he said.
so it's an extra hole, right?
Right.
Can you fuck it?
God. Oh, look what time it is.
Wow, why do they have an extra hole?
So how many people, Dr. Steve? Like how many out of
It's
1,000 would you say?
Extremely rare. More common in, say, colorectal cancers and things like that, but can happen from trauma, too. There you go. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And that just is a horrendous smell, huh?
So, have a great day. I'll see you guys later.
Well, you got Ree, though. This woman is an idiot. Better perspective. All right, hold on. We got to do this. Well, hold on. Then we're going back to Geezer Butler. Ree, go ahead.
Because I told her that the woman before me was an idiot
Right.
talking about stupid stuff, and that's what she put in. Correction. But, yes, that's what it was.
All right,
Don't
what's your better perspective? I guess you were calling the other woman an idiot.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
she's talking about, I don't know why my vagina stinks. And you're like, you're an idiot. You go, I used to douche all the time. It's disgusting. But they have, like, this pH thing going on now. It's kind of related to that yogurt thing. And, like what Dr. Steve was saying, for years, it stunk. I couldn't explain why. Go to my doctor. It stinks. It stinks. And he's like, no, it's normal. It's normal. I'm like, this is not normal. I go to another doctor, and the doctor tells me, oh, your pH balance is off. I'm like, okay. They put me through this whole course, and now I don't have to worry about it sinking anymore because you modify the pH, like Dr. Steve was talking about, yogurt, and I've never actually put yogurt up there, but that's a good idea.
So you broads have to take care of your vaginas like we do a fish tank?
It's the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Put a stick in it in the morning.
Start.
Yeah.
Yes, and they have.
You're trying to avoid the ick?
Yes.
You just need to put a catfish in there to go and eat all the impurities off the bottom.
That fucking ick would take out my whole fish population every single time.
Yes, you have to put. They have these like testing strips.
Right.
That you could put your stuff on there, and it'll tell you, oh, you have a yeast infection, or you have vaginosis, and then you just put.
Or you're a bore.
Yeah, she's absolutely right.
Or you're a bit wordy.
The vagina should have a slightly acidic pH, and if it gets basic, then that can cause problems.
You sound like Bob Guccione right now. The vagina should have a slightly acidic pH.
Yes.
Well,
I want to see you piss every once in a while, honey.
It actually did turn out that my chemistry and my ex's chemistry was not working, and it was his fault. Whenever he
it's his fault. It's always the guy's fault, even when it comes to your smelly vagina.
Listen, as soon as we broke up, the smell went away.
Whoa.
What would you think?
All right.
All I can think of this: if your vagina has ever smelled like a meth lab, it's not going to get better. That's the whole fucking point.
Exactly.
The neighbors are starting to say, "What's going on?"
Yeah, maybe he just had bad breath.
If you start smelling like Fulton Fish Market.
All right, Ree, we tried.
That has
Gentlemen, thank you. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too, Ree, on Long Island.
We'll be back with more of the best of Opie and Jim Norton. We are back with more best of Opie and Jim Norton.
You hear about LeBron James' son?
10 years old, being scouted by colleges.
Is that true?
Reminds me of myself.
I saw the article, and LeBron basically said it is true, and it should be illegal. He's a little pissed off, but then they got there's highlights of LeBron James' 10-year-old son on YouTube. It's pretty damn impressive.
Yes, but come on.
This kid's got it.
We'll see.
He's got LeBron's moves already at 10 years old. He looks like he's much older than he is.
But here's one thing that he doesn't have that LeBron had. LeBron was broke. And that's a driving motivation.
Sure is.
After a while, you'll be like this, I'm too rich for this shit. I ain't coming to practice.
How tall is he? Does he have any height advantage?
That's him.
That's him
Boy,
at
nice.
10, just...
The other team is too white.
I know, it's awful.
Yeah.
They're playing the same team the Globetrotters plays.
The Generals?
Yeah, the Washington Generals.
Hey, he's good,
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's good.
You can inherit. I think you can inherit that hand-eye coordination. Maybe that ability from. That's why, like. Plus, you're encouraged from a young age. You have confidence. But why is the Mannings all great quarterbacks? Because the hand-eye coordination.
Not
you need.
all. That one son who we don't know about.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
That's true. But yeah,
I forgot his name. God, we make fun of him all the time. I forgot his name. Whatever.
Yeah. He's a serial killer, but he's an accurate shot.
I think Sherrod's right, though. You got to keep the kid hungry. I think that might be important.
LeBron was living in a one-bedroom with his mother. This kid is in a mansion.
Right.
Stop.
Fooling around with his Samsung phone.
Who was the greatest son-father athletes? I think Ken Griffey Jr.
And Ken Griffey.
That's right up there. Well, I mean, you got to go with the Mannings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two Super Bowl quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're up there because they got two,
With the father.
That's a good question. Great father, son.
Because the father,
Jordan's
son
son
get it.
Jordan's son was a bust.
Yeah.
He played in college, though, right?
He played in Florida in college.
Is he done now?
I think he might be playing overseas, but I'm not sure.
He wasn't good enough.
But he had ups, though. He could jump out the gym, but...
I know Pete Maravich's kids, I think he has two sons that played.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Pistol
But they didn't make it. Oh, the Barrys.
The Barrys.
A lot of Barrys.
Yes.
Rick Barry and then a bunch of sons made it into the NBA.
That's right.
I think
Todd Barry.
Todd Barry made it into the NBA.
Yeah. Just give me the damn ball.
Rick Barry's kids were really good.
They were.
I think he got 3 in the NBA.
And they all played point, too, didn't they?
Cal
All
Ripken.
point guards?
You got the Ripkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the Ripkins.
I think we're missing some biggies.
Oh, we absolutely are.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to.
Babe and Jerome Ruth, they were very big. We're forgetting
Jerome Ruth.
Yeah, we're forgetting Marky Mantle was a very good. He was a tennis player. We forgot about him, but he had no arms. He would put the racket in his asshole, and he would yell golf terms. It was really weird. Bogey. And people were like, "All right, he's something wrong with him." It's Mickey's kid. Mickey drank a lot. Nobody knew. Marky Mantle was a great athlete.
Travis is coming in.
Oh, good.
Did you say Bonds?
Shit.
No, we did not.
We did not say Bonds.
Oh, that's
I knew
right.
we were missing a
Bobby
good one.
Bonds and Barry Bonds.
Yes.
I knew we were missing a good one.
His father was he
Cooper Manning, by the way. Thank you to Michael in North Carolina. He's the Manning son. That's a dud.
Stop. He could be like Paul from the Wahlbergs. Like maybe he will open a burger shop or something.
Yeah, you always want. And again, we talked about this, but he's the one that they have to politely ask how he's doing at dinner. Like that's the first one at Christmas. So what are you up to, Paul? What they're really saying is let's get this shit out of the way so we can talk to the Super Bowl heroes.
So we can talk football for the next 2 hours.
How's your job? Well, Dan at the office is still, they still can't get rid of. It's too bad. We'll talk about that at Thanksgiving. So how is the Super Bowl, celebrity son? So they always mess his name up.
Cooper.
So listen, Flop Cooper. You.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Elway's kid was a bust. I didn't even know.
Elway's kid was quarterback.
I guess
It's tough to be the son or daughter.
I did not know.
Brutal. What should I know?
Like Rain Pryor as a comedian. That's such a tough. I would change my name to something else.
Sam, click on a slew of second-generation
Yeah.
NBA prospects. Share an ultra. What is that? Share an ultra-competitive zeal. Who we got coming up? Oh, we got a McAdoo coming up.
McAdoo.
We got a McAdoo coming up. A Ronnie McAdoo.
Bob McAdoo's son.
Yeah, Bob McAdoo was
a beast.
He was ridiculous.
That's when there was just grown men in NBA. Just grown ass Moses Malone. Fucking.
Who else we got coming up?
Well, it's
Meh. Whatever.
Yeah, but that's tough to follow celebrity footsteps. I mean, that's like hosting like a new version of a talk show or a fucking TV show, and you're Bob McAllister's son. How do you do it? How do you do it as well as he did when he hosted Wonderama? Remember him?
You're an idiot.
Wakadoo.
Wonderama. Oh, what's that Wonderama on the PBS on 13?
Yeah. Was that the Wakadoo song?
Yeah, Wonderama, right? You said, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Big
What
Bob
about,
McAllister.
what about Snoop's kid? Is he a good football player?
That's what I'm hearing. He's supposed to be a good running back going
yeah?
to USC.
I'll tell you who the best second or third generation athlete is.
Oh,
The Rock.
Oh, that's right. His father was Tony Atlas.
No, it wasn't.
no.
I thought you were going for the joke.
No, so who's his father?
His father's a
Rocky
wrestler.
Johnson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rocky Johnson. I meant, yeah, wrestler.
Grandfather,
Sorry.
High Chief Peter Maivia.
Oh, yeah.
wow.
He come from a long line of wrestling dum-dums.
That's right.
Good for him.
Yeah, do you think that fucking now that The Rock is doing movies, do you think Dwayne Johnson's going, what's his name? The father?
Oh, Rocky Johnson.
Rocky Johnson. Fuck.
What about the Hulls in the NHL?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they spend too much time on boats.
On both.
The Hulls.
That didn't work. You're really enjoying that, didn't you?
I certainly am.
So excited
Not A, it
how
was
quick it
a
came
pun,
out.
and B, it was a terrible one.
Yes.
Didn't fit.
It's hard being do you know why it's harder to being a son to a great athlete? Because your whole life that people comparing you to him. Like when you're 3 years old, 4 years
Absolutely.
old. When they got to do it, they got to just beat themselves and have fun and fall in love with a sport.
It's like being Ron Jeremy's kid and fucking a girl. Oh, no, that's average.
Yes.
I had such high hopes for you.
I'm surprised Ron Jeremy's still alive. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, me too.
Why? I got Barry Sanders' kid. Barry Sanders has a kid that's doing well?
Colonel
Wait a
Sanders,
minute,
his
I think
father.
he does have a son in the NFL.
Not in
in college, in college football.
Really? First I'm hearing of this one.
Yeah, Dion.
Barry Sanders' son?
Is it coming up?
Looks like maybe Stanford.
Barry J. Sanders.
Okay, yeah. That's him.
He's 20 years old.
That's a lot of pressure to follow fucking Barry Sanders.
Running back for Stanford Cardinal football.
Ran like the
amazing.
wind, that guy.
All right.
observation.
I did not know about this. Thank
Yeah,
you.
he was the best. That son of a bitch was a running beast.
Yep.
Just a short. He had the perfect, just short running back body, just misshapen like a He-Man figure.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
Fucking Ram man.
that guy sure could run.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like the
Manu
wind.
Bol's son. We talked about him the other day. He's 6'10". He's a 6'10" freshman in high school with a little more meat on his bones, though.
Really?
A little more. Not a lot more. A little more.
A little
though.
more.
Yes.
But 6'10", goddamn. So he was like 6'9" in high school? That's some awkward shit.
6'10" at what's freshman?
5-inch
15?
cock too. Really in bad shape.
Wait, he's a freshman in high school?
And he's 6'10".
What the fuck?
Yes. So
Yeah.
He came out of his mother like a giraffe. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, you gave birth to a python. Oh no, wait, it's got arms. I had no idea. I thought it was Japanese porn at first. Like, no, it's all right. It's legit.
What about the Fielders?
Oh, they're needed.
Cecil.
Oh, yeah, Cecil.
and,
Prince.
Fielder.
Well, this started because of the Bryants. Someone's like, what about Kobe and his father? All right, this is where this started. The Earnhardts in racing, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Cooper Manning was a great wide receiver. I heard about this until he had a back problem in college. Now he's an energy trader.
Oh, well, anyone who betrays their energy is just not
a tracer.
He trades like natural gas or some
Yeah,
shit?
that's what I say I do all day. Just trading natural gas. I'm transferring it from my asshole to my hand to you. Sniff Daddy's gift.
I got one more from Ross on 11 on the Twitter.
Right.
Jack Nicklaus, the golfer. I did not know this. His grandson, can we look this up?
Who's his
I can't
grandson?
just trust Twitter. Is the best tight end in the NFL draft this year.
Jack Nicklaus?
Yeah.
Grandson. All right, I didn't even know that. What college did he go to?
But they're saying he's the top. He's going to be one of the top draft picks this year.
Nick O'Leary?
Jack Nicholson's grandson, Nick O'Leary, plays tight end for Florida State. Did not know this.
Wow.
The Nicholas family just keeps on piling up the awards. The latest comes via his grandson Nick O'Leary, who was named the winner of the Mackey Award for top tight end in college football.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Kind of looks like him too.
He does, except for that thick ass neck.
Yeah. Got the big ass football head, but besides that, he looks like his grandfather.
How tall is that kid? 6'3"? That's 6. I can't see that.
Looks like 6'3".
6'3".
6'3".
Here's one right there. The Russerts.
Oh, yeah, you got the Russerts.
The Russerts.
That was sad when his father died.
Yeah.
Tim Russert?
Yeah, out of nowhere.
That came out of nowhere.
And then you got the Geists.
His son took his chair.
That's
I
right.
thought his son was working for Major League Baseball or something, wasn't he?
No, his son. I mean,
For a little bit?
The seat was barely cold, and the sun jumped in
right in
there. It was creepy. They said that they pushed him right on.
I heard he
immediately.
I heard he married his mother too.
Allie and his daughter.
Yeah.
All right. Female boxing didn't really take off.
Oh, Ali and his daughter. Well, she did have. She was like 19-0 or some shit.
I know, but no one really cared.
Nobody really cared. She had some real good fights though. She fought some real tough looking bitches.
She's beautiful.
Ali's daughter.
Yeah, Layla Ali. Yes.
She is beautiful.
She is gorgeous.
Is she
She's a nice
pretty?
person too. Yeah, really pretty.
I mean, her body's.
She got good skin.
Well,
Wow, she's great looking. How old is she?
I did an episode of Are We There Yet with her.
Oh, she's probably like 35.
37 now. Yeah, she's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, is she married?
Yeah, she's married to an old NFL player, ex-NFL player.
Yeah.
Why, you thought you had a shot before that, Jim?
Why not? Yeah, I want to marry the daughter of a very famous black icon.
Yes.
Either one of the Shabazz, Malcolm X's daughter. I just really want black people to hate it and not be able to say a word.
Now you understand my whole relationship with her. You just described my relationship for the last 10 years.
Howie Long has two sons in the NFL.
Oh, yes, they're great. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Fuck,
Yep.
man.
Very.
One plays for, shit.
Wow, all right. And then the Nortons, we said that, Ken. And
That's right. Jim and Jim, my father and me.
Ken Norton and Ken Norton Jr.
That's right.
The father got the biggest hands.
The Andretti's.
Ken Norton?
Oh, I
I
saw
met him in Vegas.
Oh, I wish I would have met him.
Big
The
hands.
biggest hands.
Really?
He was like a greeter in the casino.
Was he?
Yeah.
He passed away recently.
Yeah.
And Doc Rivers is coaching his son.
All right.
I saw an awkward clip. I went kind of viral a few weeks ago.
What?
Kind of yelling at his son and stuff.
Oh, really?
It's like,
Trying
that's
to
got to be
prove
weird.
that he
having-
treat him just like everybody else.
Yeah, that
Shut
type
up.
of shit.
I hate that.
Dad, put me in.
Ain't his son his nickname goes Sub-Zero or some shit like that?
He traded for his son, I think. If I'm not mistaken. That's a little strange. I think you got to let your son just do his own thing. You can't be his
Let
coach.
him live.
Yeah.
That's got to be a little weird. Makes risky move with trade for son.
My father coached our Little League team once in a while. He would chip in and go up with that and help out. And it was just embarrassing because he tried too hard to make me work.
Right.
Yeah, but he would just insult me.
Yes.
Come on, catch that ball, cocksucker.
Isn't like Ice Cube's kid playing Ice Cube in the NWA movie?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith and his son?
Jaden.
The worst.
So I guess we were wrong about keeping them hungry. We just did 20 minutes on this.
That's right.
There's a lot of them. A lot of siblings playing.
Yeah,
Not siblings. Kids.
It's got to be it's got to be hard, but I'm sure it's more sons that fail that try to live up to their
Oh,
father's
God, yeah.
than,
We're naming these 6 success stories.
Look at Prince and his whole movie, Purple Rain, with his father. That relationship.
How great was that? Don't ever get married. Clarence Williams III. I want to hang out with him in that movie all day. I don't need to write it down. But he did write it all down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoots himself.
Yes.
Don't ever get married.
That could have been the whole movie, too.
Marvin Frazier. We forgot about him. He almost made it.
Yeah. Marvis.
Yeah.
Marvis? Or
Marvis Frazier.
Marvis Frazier. Right.
Marvis.
Tyson knocked him out. No?
Oh. In a fucking dressing room before the fight.
That was a quick one.
Oh,
That was
my
like
God.
32 seconds or 52 seconds. Something like that.
One more before we go to break. Jeff in Georgia.
Hey, good morning. First, happy birthday to Chipper. I know it's a big day for him.
Whatever, you piece of human garbage.
So, hey, Nick O'Leary, Jack Nicklaus.
You need that on your machine, by the way.
No.
Write that down. We need human garbage on Jimmy's machine.
From the inside.
Oh, yeah, Nick O'Leary. We just saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick O'Leary, that's Jack Nicklaus's
tight end, right?
grandson, right?
That's his grandson. There's a video on YouTube of him wrecking on a motorcycle, and the kid should be dead.
Really?
He's a beast. You ought to bring it up.
Here's the motorcycle accident. Wow, it has a lot of views.
Wait, this is from a bus? The view?
Yeah, he ran into a bus.
Let me see this. And you're saying he should have died?
Yeah, I mean, look at the video. The dude should be dead.
Well, he
let's
is
take a
white,
look.
ain't he?
That's right.
Let's take a look at this.
Nobody?
Motorcycle. Holy shit!
Oh.
Was that the bike that hit the bus?
Bus?
Holy
Windshield?
mackerel.
He's flying, and a car pulls out, and he just hits the side of the car and goes just flying off his bike.
The person walking by could have got killed, too.
What were the injuries?
Oh, this person got off the bus.
No, you can Google it. I mean, he had some facial laceration.
That's
Wow.
it?
The dude walked away. It was unbelievable. And
He's a tough kid, man.
Isn't it amazing how you could fall down off a step and break your back or your neck?
Right.
And then you could do that and just have some lacerations.
Right?
World's a funny place.
He goes flying.
You know where he got lucky, maybe? Because he went straight.
Right.
And the bike went to the side and hit the bus.
Right. It looked like he was able to slow down just a little bit at the last second.
Right.
Maybe that helped him out.
Yeah.
We'll put that video on our Facebook page if you haven't found it
You see the
yourself.
skid mark out there in the street.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
the-
Yeah, he was trying
That's
to
the other guy's underwear.
thanks for that, man. I never seen that.
We'll be back with more of the best of Opie and Jim Norton. We are back with more of best of Opie and Jim Norton.
I worry about your health. I worry about your family.
What's going to happen health-wise?
It's just a lot of strenuous activity.
He goes to the gym 4 days a week. He does 45 minutes of cardio.
Thank you.
It's not going to be a problem.
It shows, doesn't it?
Yes.
I mean,
Thank
you
you.
look great.
Let me tell you, it would have to snow. We would have to get a minimum of 450 feet of snow for my family to be affected. So don't worry about my family. They'll be fine.
Oh, really?
We would have to get 450 feet of snow. And then I would start worrying like, oh, fuck, I should have prepared.
Because there's 450 feet of snow outside my window.
Yes. Then I would start thinking, you know what? Damn, why didn't I prepare for this?
They haven't gotten that far with that.
So there's a bit of leeway between
Yeah.
what they're predicting and where my limit is, where I start panicking for my family's sake. Okay.
Okay. I mean, that seems a little extreme, but
how is it extreme? That's what would have to happen.
I just think it'll be tough to get D batteries if there's 3 feet of snow on the ground.
I actually have deep batteries.
Enough?
But I don't have deep battery flashlights anymore.
What?
I know. I got it on my phone.
Well, that's not going to last.
But what is the deal with this? This flashlight. Why do we need flashlights? I don't understand. What are we doing?
Well, it gets dark early.
Okay, so what do we need to walk around with a flashlight for?
If you need to use the restroom, if you need to prepare some food.
You can figure it out where it is.
Opie's got to leave early in the morning because he's going to go to work tomorrow.
Do I have to leave? Should I set my alarm? I'll prepare. This is what I'll do for tomorrow. I will prepare. I'm going to get up 15 minutes earlier than I usually do, just in case.
It takes more than 15 minutes to walk here from your house with no snow on the ground.
Yeah, I guess. But I'll give it 15 minutes.
It's 2 miles.
That's fine. And people will understand if I'm a couple minutes late. I might be a couple minutes late tomorrow, but this is my experiment. I'm going to show that you don't have to prepare for this stuff in the end.
Every house has candles, too, and they got matches. So you light a candle if you can't get D batteries if they're all out.
And guess what the snow
There's ways
does?
around it.
It makes it a lot lighter outside.
Yes.
You sure know if there's kids around, you may not want to light candles everywhere.
Right, no, because nobody's ever lit a candle around a kid.
It just could be a fire hazard.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure.
All right, let's go to Kent in KC.
I can't believe you guys are missing what's going on right here. He's disguising it as a bit. But here's why he's so concerned with you, Opie, and where you're staying tonight. Because I can hear the conversation he and Jess had. Well, baby, do you have to go to work tomorrow? Yes, Jess, I have to. This is my big opportunity. If Opie doesn't come in, I'm going to host Opie Radio all morning tomorrow. And here's the other obsession with D batteries with him, and the fact that he's not bringing Jess to the hotel. He gets to break out that big fucking vibrator and do all the queer shit he did for years before marrying her. It's his week off.
Did you do a lot of queer shit before marriage?
I mean, I don't remember queering off.
He's basically saying that you like to put D cell batteries in your hiney. Is that true? I think that's what he was getting at, Sam Roberts.
D cell battery size dildos.
Do you think you could take a D cell battery in your hiney?
I'm quite sure I can't. I mean, they're so girthy.
What about a AAA?
No, I can handle a AAA.
AA?
That's like an index finger. I can handle that.
C? What about a 9-volt? That would go in fucking...
I mean, the thing is the edges on that.
You can put it, well, whatever way you want to put it in.
Vaseline?
No, I mean, you could put it in, like, sideways or the real way.
Oh, no, I don't know if I can do it long ways.
You can't do it long ways?
I don't think I can do it long ways.
You know how many guys out there want to shove a fucking car battery up your ass?
Yeah, a car battery would be tough, too.
You sure? Would you at least give it a try, though?
It depends on the circumstance, but probably not.
If we were gentle.
I mean, if that's the only circumstance, then no, I would still decline that. Yeah.
I'm good. I'll be fine tomorrow, Kane. Don't worry about it. Jessica, you've made it through many Buffalo winters. You got this, Opie Radio. I got this.
Buffalo was a long time ago.
When I was a little younger?
The snow was different.
The way he
the way it came down.
The way he handled it would have been different, and it's been a long time since that happened. You get into the mode of, okay, I know what I'm doing here, and then it's a long time later, and you're not quite in that mode anymore.
I think
he's got a couple years.
So basically, you're saying I'm thinking I could still play with the pros, and I can't anymore.
I mean, if that's how you want to phrase it, that would fit the analogy. Yeah,
I'm going to prove you wrong tomorrow, Sam Roberts.
Do it. Use it for motivation.
It's 2 miles from my house to here. I'm doing it in a blizzard.
You're going to walk 2 miles in the snow, uphill both ways?
Uphill both ways. I might cheat and take the subway, but they're saying the subways might be shut down.
Well, to get to a subway, you have to walk uphill.
Wouldn't that be dumb to shut the subways down if that's underground?
Not if it's dangerous.
Nice. All right.
Years ago, when he would deal with the snow, he was also shoveling it up in Buffalo, Rochester area. Yeah. He's not even shoveling snow. All he's doing is walking through it. I think he can make it.
Well, we'll see.
I'm going to make it.
I mean,
you walk right in the middle of the road because they're plowing the fuck out of it, but no cars are using it, so that you just walk right down the middle of the fucking road and you get out of the way of the plows.
I want you to be careful, but I also want you to use my skepticism for motivation. Okay?
I don't have gloves though. Fuck.
See what I mean about being prepared?
I haven't bought gloves in years.
Oh,
there's got to be an old pair laying around somewhere. I'll find them.
I want you to be careful, but I also want you to use my skepticism for motivation. Okay?
I don't have gloves though. Fuck.
See what I mean about being prepared?
I haven't bought gloves in years.
Oh,
there's got to be an old pair laying around somewhere. I'll find them.
I brought my gloves from home because I don't want to be stuck in a hotel for 3 days with no gloves.
Ew. You're the worst.
Especially when you're jerking that guy off from Grindr. You're probably going to put a glove on.
I love that Florentine. He's obsessing. That's him. It's going to take advantage of his time alone to do a little Grindr app.
Yeah, something like, that went down in college. He's like, let me go revisit it.
No, nothing went down.
Maybe it wasn't in college, but something went down.
No, I said nothing went down. I didn't even put a time with it, and I don't even have Grindr on my phone.
You have it somewhere else. Maybe you got it on your I don't know.
I don't even know if
you can install it in 2 seconds.
I don't even know if there is one for a laptop. I don't know.
Well, you'll have plenty of time in that hotel to figure it out by yourself.
I mean, I will get lonely. I just don't think I'll get lonely enough to jump on Grindr. I've never been in that position before because I like.
Well, if
only
you can't,
women
how about this?
So far,
we all know you're gonna. We all know you're gonna try.
He's
to,
a grown man that's obsessed over wrestling guys in tights.
Right.
You
well,
know,
I mean, football pants are really tight too. So
yeah, but it's not. These guys are like hugging and all over each
okay, well,
other.
we just watched a clip of somebody getting tackled by his penis. So.
And you even watched it at the break again.
No, I didn't.
By yourself.
That's not true.
Yeah, I'm like, Sam, he's like, can you hold on a second? I'm watching something. I'm like, all right, it must be something new for the show. Or you're watching the same video over again.
I'm learning about football.
You even know his name.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch it again. We watched it on the show, and that was that.
You started following Vernon Davis on Twitter after you saw him get tackled by his mule.
Because you were impressed by the mule.
Yeah.
Because that guy had to grab a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he did grab a lot. I did notice
he was grabbing a fucking baseball bat.
That's all I noticed.
All right, let's break it down.
Okay.
It's so obvious you're going to try to figure out the Grindr app.
No, I'm not.
While you're in the city by yourself for 2, possibly 3 days. Let's say you can't figure out the Grindr app, but you're very, very bored.
And horny.
And sure. What's the second? What's the second go-to? If you
I know what he does.
Grindr thing going?
He jumps on the subway, goes down to the Village or Chelsea. Because there'll be bars open, everyone's going to be hanging in the bars. Like, I'll go and have a beer.
Like just social bars or?
Yeah, whatever. You'll notice the section where they are. And he'll go, I'll just go and have a beer. I'll put a hat on. Someone might recognize me from the show.
Yeah, he can't put a hat on. He'll look like Oscar Gamble. With
he'll get like a
Yankees
winter
cap.
hat and they'll put that on. And then, hide his big fro. No one will know. And the gay community, they're not going to rat you out anyway.
The purpose of me staying in the city is just to make sure I'm here for work.
No.
It doesn't have anything to do with homosexual liaison.
I know, but you have that window.
But he also has the D battery, so worst comes to worst, he can just shove those up his butt.
Those are strictly for flashlights.
How many D batteries
that might be for the dildo he has in the room in case he strikes out on Grindr.
I think he just
I don't have a dildo.
I think he just goes D batteries.
Just the batteries?
No, I'd say.
How many do you could get in there? 3?
There's no way I could get 3.
3 in a row, one after another?
2.
What do you get?
I mean, like if I had to do it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying if you're not. Are you asking me do I want to?
No, you have to.
Or what?
You have to.
I just have to.
Yeah.
Is my family in danger?
Yeah. Whatever
ISIS.
scenario is.
Just think ISIS. How many D batteries you gonna
If you're
fucking
talking
take?
about my family is in danger from ISIS, I don't think I could do more than 2. One after the other.
But you would definitely try for 3, even though ISIS is saying, "Look, fuck," and we only wanted 2.
Yeah.
But at that point, you're like, "Well, I'm here, and there is one more battery left. Might as well try to see if
I just want to show you how dedicated I am. Let me stick this extra one in.
Like if I want to make sure my family's super safe,
they're already safe. They're in Switzerland at this point.
Well, then I don't
but you're
think
like, well, the 3rd battery's there. I might as well give it a.
And after the 3rd battery, you go to the ISIS guy. You know what? Give me that knife that you're going to cut my head off with. I'm going to shove that up there too.
Let me get the handle.
Yeah,
but you would do the knife for America at that point.
I mean, if it's for America,
that's for America. That's when you're really giving them the fuck you. Not only do I have 3 D batteries in my ass that saved my fucking family, even though they wanted 2, I'm taking that fucking knife and putting it up there too for America.
I mean, at that point, you're talking about an American Sniper type movie based on that action.
Yeah.
And think about it, 3D batteries together is probably like 6 inches, and the guy's got a little girth. So it's, it's not outrageous.
Are you talking about all? I thought I was talking one after the other after the other.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're going to be back to back to back in your ass. So it's going to be like 6 inches with a little
long,
girth.
yeah.
And
long
girth,
between the 3.
And fast forward next year on the red carpet at the SAG Awards, there you are, Sam Roberts, for your big fucking movie. But everyone's looking at you a little weird because they know why you're on the red carpet. It's because you were able to get 3 D batteries up your ass and a knife.
Especially
so they're happy for you, but they're also looking at you like you're a little fucking creep.
But look, but you know what? He's a hero. Like Christopher Walken in Pulp Fiction had the watch in his ass.
True.
Right.
You know what I mean? And nobody like, all right, he had to do what he had to do.
Especially if there's still one floating up in there because I got it in so deep.
Maybe you just leave it there. You're like, no, Doc, there's only 2 in there.
I'm sure there's only 2.
No, I know it was only 2. There's something of blockage. No, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. And you try to get the 3rd one out on your own.
It's like, we got 1, we got 2. All right, we got them both then. We're good.
All right, listen, I'm going to change gears a little bit. We're getting snow clips. We're getting Dennis Falcone. Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Just as a little side thing, I got $100 for tomorrow, whoever gets closest with the snow total. Although I think the snow total thing will happen on Wednesday when the storm finally is completely over, right?
Yeah, give it till Wednesday.
So whoever
I want my 100.
Do you want to change your snow total now that you know there's a quick $100 cash on the table?
Nope.
You're still going with 36 inches in Central Park, New York City.
Yep.
Because people elsewhere are going to be like, well, I got 36 inches, Sam wins. But there definitely gets, somewhere near there in, I don't know, other places northeast of our fine city. Yeah, maybe possibly on Long Island even. But in Central Park in Manhattan, there's no way we get 36 inches.
I think so. De Blasio said there's a good chance.
No fucking way. I'm guessing 10 inches. 10.
Well,
Florentine's got 8.
Sam just smiled when 16? You said 10 inches, by the way.
No, I didn't. I was thinking if I did, it would have been about something else. It wouldn't have had anything to do with the inches.
We're looking at you very closely today.
I know.
We're studying all sorts of body
gleam
language.
in his eye, like I got a window. I have an open window.
If there's any gleam, it has more to do with being at wrestling last night, not anything we're talking about.
No, there's a gleam
because that opened it up. Like, oh my god, looking at those guys all night. You're like,
no, it wasn't. It wasn't a gay.
No, what? There's a gleam because he already has 3 D batteries in his backpack. In his backpack.
If I do,
you already got the D batteries
for flashlights.
Are you purposely pissing off people today?
No.
Your snow total's ridiculous. You're not admitting the D batteries up your ass thing when we all know that's happening, and now you're trying to say Fridays is this amazing place, when in most cases it's like, fuck, we're really hungry, and fuck, I guess we'll go to Fridays.
Yeah, see, Fridays is
that's
gonna
what
be
people
good.
think.
If they stay open and deliver, you can go there and pick up stuff. That's gonna be big business for them because they got no other choice.
But no one has Fridays as their first choice. It's always like an afterthought. You're riding down like a road with all these strip malls. Like, fuck, we're starving. Let's just find somewhere to eat. And then you see that Fridays. You're
Airport.
Like, fuck, all right, let's go to Fridays.
Airport is the main thing for Fridays. They're bigger.
I like Chili's better than Fridays, but I like Fridays.
I couldn't even tell you the difference between the two places.
The only thing different is the spelling.
That's it.
It's the same fucking garbage. If Sam wants to join the gay community on the down low, the gay guys are not going to want to go eat at Chili's or Fridays.
Well, it's fine.
They're not. They know food, and then I'm not eating that shit food.
I would be way happier eating at Chili's or Fridays than I would be joining the gay community on the down low. Way happier.
What are you saying?
I prefer the company of women.
You know, when you say
you prefer,
you know when you say
prefer, that doesn't mean all the time. You were around wrestling guys last night, watching wrestling with a bunch of men. I'm sure there was no female in sight.
I was there with a female.
Wait a minute.
So
I got something.
Did he have a dick? Or a mule?
No, I didn't ask because it's rude. But
you missed this one thing, Florentine. He said he would be way happier.
Way happier.
Meaning he would be happy with the grinder, man-on-man sex thing, but he would be way happier at Fridays.
Right, because he's not happy that he has to make that choice, that he has those urges. He really wants to live a normal life with his wife, maybe have a couple kids. He's got a house in the suburbs, so he wants that life, but it's bothering him that he has that urge.
But to say
I don't have the urge.
Way happier implies that you're happy, but you'd be way happier doing this.
It could, but it doesn't necessarily. And in this case, it's not. It's just like the way I chose to say it, but I wouldn't be happy as a gay man on the down low. I wouldn't. I'd be upset because it's not something I enjoy. I don't think I would enjoy it.
All right.
You don't think?
I mean, I've never done it, so I don't know.
Well, you should try it again.
What's again? I just said I've never tried it, so I don't know.
You should at least try it again to make sure.
I mean, I'm not going to try it because I've never tried it.
Again.
If he's never had a one-night stand, he's going to be, the gay community's not going to work out for him. They don't want to wait, and you're going to be like, no, well, let's go out in call me in a couple days. They'll be like, oh, this guy's a fucking stiff.
Well, the other problem is
he's not, you're not a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10.
That's fair.
You're I don't know, 7.
Thanks, man.
Wow,
I'll give him a 7.
That's cool.
Yeah, so the gay guy's gonna go, why is a 7 holding out? If you're a 10, I'll fucking put some work in. He's a 7 that wants to go to Fridays, and I gotta fucking wait. You're not gonna get a lot of dates. That wants to go to Chili's or Fridays.
You're gonna make your grinder hookup go to Fridays?
Look, I'm okay.
Why would you make him go to Fridays? And is there one in Times Square?
There's an Applebee's in Times Square, so
would you go Applebee's?
No, there's a Fridays in Times Square, I think.
All right, so
it's like 48th or 49th over by Caroline's. Yeah.
So you're making your grinder hookup go to Fridays.
Well, here's the thing
Before
about
you shove deep batteries in each other's asses.
And he's going to talk about wrestling. Like, that's going to be a conversation. Did you see whatever it was
Royal
last
Rumble.
night? Royal Rumble last night. Oh, my God, the belt changed hands. Like, he's won it 4 different times now. This gay guy goes, look, I just want to suck your cock. I don't care about this.
Like, I'd be okay if I was not a hit in the
Can
game.
we just hurry eat these boneless wings and go back to your free room that you got for 3 days?
3 days. 3 days for one storm.
I know.
36 inches. No, because I'm okay with not being hit in the gay community only because I'm not attracted to men sexually.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, you wouldn't be a hit at all.
No. I'm not into dudes, so...
Coke Logic. Yeah, Coke Logic goes, have not Sam walk through a metal detector. I guarantee it goes off because of the deep batteries in his ass.
That are inside of me?
Already.
I mean, unfortunately, we don't have a metal detector, so I can't prove it. But I need you guys to take my word that I have no objects inside of my rectum right now.
All right.
Right now.
I mean, look, can we talk for the future? But I'll tell you, I guarantee you right now.
We'll get back to you.
Okay.
We'll get back to you. We'll get back to this.
I mean, there's nothing to get back to. We've covered all the ground.
Nah, we got a few more questions. But first, it's Dennis Falcone. Who was,
if Sam comes in tomorrow limping a little or like, and he goes, I slipped.
Yeah.
He's lying.
He didn't slip on no sidewalk.
Well, first of all, I don't
and you're
think-
like, Sam, sit down if you're going to do the